An RAF pilot who flew 3 rescue missions into Libya has been giving his personal account of the operations to BFBS. Flight Lieutenant Stuart Patton and the rest of his crew picked up a total of 131 passengers and a dog. Claire Sadler has been to RAF Lynham to meet him.
Flying into the Libyan desert without permission from Tripoli's air traffic control was a daring mission. It was the second flight into the country for Flight Lieutenant Stuart Patton. His first had been to Tripoli airport, where the crew picked up 64 passengers. But the mission to rescue workers stranded in the oil fields of Libya was a different operation altogether.
Lots of uncertainties, in terms of what would it be like, what would the ground situation be, but there are things that you can't realistically know before you go. So yeah, you launch with a little bit of uncertainty, but that's something you come to expect in our job.
Stu was essentially flying blind into the desert. He had no idea what condition the landing strip would be in. Fortunately, it turned out to be fine. But after an hour on the ground loading the 40 passengers, the situation changed.
We had word from the people that were looking after protecting us on the ground that the situation was deteriorating, that maybe someone was going to try and block the airplane in on the strip. That was relayed to me via the loadmaster saying, "We need to go." I could hear the ground troops saying, "Go" in the background, and we didn't waste any time from then on. We just pushed the throttles forward and went.
The flight back to Malta went without a hitch, and the following day, Flight Lieutenant Stuart Patton and the rest of the crew were called out again for mission number 3. This time, another Hercules involved in the operation took some damage, and the pilot had a lucky escape when some small arms fire entered the cockpit and bounced off his helmet.
You're constantly aware that there might be a risk to the airplane. You have to go into those sorts of situations alive to that. When we heard the word that the aircraft had been damaged, well, obviously it kind of brings things into sharp focus, and for a while everyone's kind of nervous, but ultimately you knew that was something you were risking, and you just kind of want to get the job done and get the people out safely.
In total, 420 people were evacuated from Libya during the Hercules rescue missions. Flight Lieutenant Patton says being part of that was phenomenal. He's now back on normal duties. Claire Sadler, Forces News, RAF Lynham.